Well, welcome back to Paint Society. My name is Brian, and this is episode number 2 in painting car parts from home. In episode number 1, we took this junkyard hood and we stripped it down to metal. Now, once it was stripped down to metal, then we treated the metal and got it ready for our epoxy primer. We took our turbine, we set it up, and we got this whole entire hood all coated in epoxy primer. At this point now, we are ready for the next stages. In this episode, we're going to talk about identifying some dents, getting the rest of the surface of this epoxy sanded down, doing some basic filler work, and get this thing all ready in 2K urethane surfacer primer. Now this is right now is currently an epoxy primer, and it's sat for over a week and it's nice and cured. Now if you're looking to paint over epoxy primer, you don't want to do that. This is epoxy primer, and it's not meant really to be painted over or really sanded and painted. It can be scuffed down for its next coating, but you don't want to really scuff it for paint. It's really going to gum up, and it's not the type of material for that. Now we're going to be using some guide coat to get things started here. And guide coat, we're going to just put it on very lightly, and we're going to use this to identify any sort of low spots because it will stay in the low spot. Now, can you use spray paint? Certainly you can, but this is going to help because it's a lot better on the sandpaper. It's not going to clog it up. It kind of dries like a powder instead of a paint. A paint will clog up that sandpaper, whereas this guide coat, it won't do that. We have a block here, and we have 320 grit. We're going to use this just to kind of scuff up the hood a little bit, and this is going to help us identify any spots that might be low. And look at this. Right here, we have a low spot. It's a quick and easy way to identify any spot because the black from the guide coat is generally going to stay in the low spot. So I'm not looking here to really completely sand the hood. I'm looking here to basically identify the hood and any spots that might be low. And you want to do this step using a block because if you don't, if you're using, let's say, a orbital sander or DA sander or whatever it might be, it's not going to sit as flat as this block, and it's going to be a little bit tougher to identify those low spots. I'm actually going to drop a little bit lower to a 220 grit just because it's having a little bit of a tough time sanding it down, and a 220 grit will help us out a little bit. I always like to start a little bit higher, and then I can work down if it's not doing the job necessary. And you'll notice that this stuff does gum up, so this is not the type of primer you want to really paint over. Got some low spots in here. We're going to put some body filler on. Now, once we've identified our low spots with the block, then we can use our sander. Now, this is the Milwaukee DA sander. This is a 3/16. This is an amazing sander. And now what we're doing is just going to smooth out the surface, so when it comes time to primer, this has been sanded. And we can use 320 for this. Of course, we can use some glass cleaner from Sprayway glass cleaner in between to really clean up the surface. And then we're going to show you where we need just a little bit of body filler before we move on to our next step. So if we come in closer now, these areas we can really identify as low spots. You see how basically they're still black, and I can pretty much guess how this happened. This is where the latch hooks onto the chassis, and you're just hitting it right here in the middle of the vehicle. You're just hitting it down, and then a couple spots here. These might take filler, they might not. But then we had some previous areas that we already knew about, so that will take a swipe of filler. And then we had an area over here that was body filler that we removed as well. The rest of this hood actually is really clean. So we're going to focus on these 3 areas. Now, before we put any filler right into that, we're going to scuff it up just a little bit. Now, I want my filler to stick, so I'm going to use 180 grit here just to scuff it up. so I know my filler will stick. And now anywhere we have this more sanded, then we know that we're putting filler in those areas. And we'll be using a Contours Premium Body Filler. I like this because it sands super easy. I like to use a stick to get it out, but before we do that, if it's been sitting for a while, just knead it a little bit so the resins can mix with the filler, and that will help it smooth out a little bit. If it's a little bit chunky, that will help it be a little bit smoother. It's very, very important when it comes to using your body filler if you really want them to level a little bit nicer. And for hardener, I go about that much. I like to flap it over, but there's all different ways to do it. This is the way that works good for me. And you'll stop mixing once it all looks one uniform color. And for our first spot, we'll layer it on. And if you hit a little bit of metal while you were sanding, it's okay because this still can go over metal. Ideally, what you would want to do is get everything completely covered like we did in epoxy primer. And if you got a couple tiny spots where body filler is going to go over metal, it's not a big deal. It's actually intended to do that. All right, that looks good. We'll come over to our spots that we know that someone's been hammering it down to close it shut. And since they're so shallow, we can get away with just doing a little bit of filler. Kind of taper that at the edge so it's easier. We've got another one right over here. And this last one over here. Guys, don't worry if you can't lay this stuff down perfectly. You can sand it. You just want to get it somewhat level, somewhat flat, so that you can do a little bit less sanding. Once you've got it all on, just let it dry for a good 15 to 20 minutes. It's been a good 25 minutes, and it's a little bit colder today, so it took a little bit longer to dry. But we're going to be using 180 grit just to shape first. We're not going to do this the whole way through, but if you want to knock down some of the initial filler, we're going to use 180 grit to do that on the Milwaukee. We'll jump back to our block, and we're going to use 180 grit. And when we do this, we'll do our best to sand in one direction and then the other direction to create a cross hatch pattern. And inevitably, we're going to run into some metal, but don't worry, we have a solution for that later. We can use all different blocks to get into different shapes. I like this narrow block for this little area here. And this will ensure that it's nice and flat. And you can feel it with your bare hand to ensure that it is as well. And we have ways of checking, and we'll go ahead and check it before we primer. Let's jump over to the other side and finish our last spot. We'll finish it off once again with a little bit of sandpaper to flatten it out. And this should be good to go as well. You always want to make sure you always finish your body filler with 180 grit on a block. Then you can finish it off with 320 using the sander. We'll now go back to our guide coat and we'll spray all of our body filler areas. We'll jump back over to 320 and then we'll sand our body fill areas to refine it. Now at this point, if it was not smooth enough, you'd have to add a little bit more filler. And we sand it once all the guide coat is removed. That means now it's in a 320 grit scratch, as well as the rest of the hood is from the previous steps in the video. And while we were sanding, right below this laser mark, we noticed a small low spot. So we're going to be using just a little bit of glaze and putting it right in there. Glaze is for very minor imperfections like this. We also noticed a little bit of pinholes in our body filler and a little bit of a low spot here as well. So we're going to make sure we get these before we primer. It's not too late once you primer. You can always go back and add a little bit of filler and reprime, but it's always best to try to get everything in one shot. And that does not happen all the time. There we go. It's good to go now. And we'll follow the same process. Again, if we hit metal, don't worry, because we wanted to make sure that our epoxy is underneath our body filler. That's the whole point of the epoxy first. We'll block her out again. Use a little bit of our guide coat. And we're good to go. You can see here, it did take some body filler, and our dent now is very smooth. And once we're all sanded and cleaned, I truly think that self-etching primer is best suited for something small like this. And we're not trying to get it too much on the body filler, and we don't need the heaviest coat in the world. We just want to get a little bit on that metal so it'll be protected before we go ahead and put on that 2K urethane surfacer primer. And that should do it. Just a nice light coat on all that bare metal that we went through. But the main thing is we've got our body filler sitting over epoxy, and that's what we want. Let's take this out back. We got our turbine all ready. We're gonna put on 2 coats of our urethane surfacer primer. And we're gonna be using our 2K urethane primer surfacer from Eastwood. You can see it's a 4-to-1. You can put it over body filler, old paint, epoxy primer, and much more. And we're ready for our primer. You can see we got our turbine gun all set up, as well as our Apollo Turbine Precision 6. Now with the etch primer, you don't need to sand it. We did it about 20 minutes ago, and we're ready to spray. And here it is, guys, after the first coat. Now, I end up putting 2 coats on here, but I'm working on the turbine a little bit. I wanted to atomize a little bit better, so we got to work with the fluid tips. We got to work with the pressure. We got to work with the material. It takes a little bit of time to get it dialed in. It's a little bit different from your regular air compression spray guns, but can you just imagine you plug it in, you go. So we're working on it to get the best possible finish, but we're getting better with our primer. And look at that. We put a beautiful coat on of 2K urethane surfacer primer with a great build, especially at the second coat. Well, that's gonna do it for today's video. We can see we've got everything completely prepped and ready for primer. Now, in the next episode, what you're going to see is we're gonna completely sand this down. We're gonna set up our inflatable booth again, get that all set up because we're gonna be doing some painting. We'll lay down some base, we'll lay down some clear, all using a turbine, and we're gonna see how it comes out live with you guys. So thanks again for watching the channel. I hope you guys learned something, and I encourage you guys to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you're interested in some awesome merch, check out the merch in the description. We got Paint Society shirts, and we got the Paint Society suit. Awesome, awesome merch. You guys can support the channel. Guys, this is Brian from Paint Society reminding you, don't overthink it. It's just paint. I'll see you guys on the next episode.